Hello everyone, my name is Lenny from Code with Lenny Len, and in this third tutorial of this Pygame series, we are going to deal with colors and maybe start off with a game loop. But for now, I'd like to talk more about colors and show you how RGB works and how we can use them in our game. So let's get started. So I have made some colors, a summary of some of the colors that you're going to use maybe in your game or my game. When it comes to colors, it's user defined. So maybe I love blue, maybe you love yellow or something like that. So no judgment. Either way, we'll start with the primary colors, and these are the basic colors that you get from the RGB. RGB simply means red, green and blue. So the first value is usually red, the second value is green, and the last value is blue. So what this means is that we are going to mix all these colors to get the secondary colors. So for example, to get yellow, we are going to add green and red and get yellow. But what you should remember about RGB, the very minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 255. So when you get like red, which is 255, then 00, this means red is to the highest value, green is 0 and blue is 0. So green and blue are to the lowest values and red to the highest or maximum value. So this will give you a bright red or a fire engine red, depending on your mixing type. You can lower this number to something like 100 and you're going to get something very dark, or even a new color will be formed. You don't know. You can just play around with these values. It's nothing so concrete that you'll have to learn rules or something. You should only remember the last value is 255, the first value is 0, and to get black means 000. We put nothing red, nothing blue, nothing green, and that shows us we're going to have a dark screen or a dark maybe rectangle if that's what you colored. For white, we put both red, green and blue to their maximum value, and according to the colors of the spectrum. I know you all know that maybe from what you learned back in high school or something. To get white, you mix all the colors of the rainbow, but in Pygame we just need red, green and blue because that's what a pixel needs. A pixel, the primary colors of a pixel are red, green and blue, and so to get all these wonderful colors you get on your screen, maybe when you watch a video or something, it's usually a mixture of all these red, green and blue to different values. For example, we know how we can make red, green and blue. Let's see about the secondary colors. We have to mix to get yellow, red and green. To get turquoise or maybe light blue, I'm not very good with colors, you mix blue and green. To get gray, you just put all the three at the same value. That's 128, 128, 128. You can go higher or lower to get a different shade of gray, and you shall see how this is interesting. To get brown, that's it. To get dark brown, as you can see, we just tone down the color, the value from 255 maybe to 64, and you're getting a very dark shade of red, and it turns to dark brown. To get pink, you just need to mix red and blue and you'll get a very bright pink. I don't like pink particularly, but I know there's some people out there who love pink, and so without judgment we are going to show you how we can apply all these colors to our game. So we'll head down back to our script, and first of all what I noticed is that we did not save our game, so without further ado we might lose our data. So please save your game. Just press Ctrl S if you're in Windows, or file then save or something if you're on Windows. I don't know about the other OSs, I've never used them, but I know they know how to save. So I created my own folder called tutorials and Pygame pawn. So that's where I'm going to save my work, and in this I'm going to save as tutorial 2. Well, this is the second or the third, I don't know. Colors, I think this is the third tutorial. I'll fix that later. And .py extension, so I assume that you already have some basic knowledge of Python, and let's get started with our colors. So to use all the colors in our game, we're just going to define them, something like red, green, blue something else. So let's get started. So red, as we saw, was 255.00. To get green, that was 0, 255, 0, and to get blue, that was 0, 0, 255. To get something like black, we have no color, so all of them are 0, and you should remember that it's a tuple separated by commas. Always remember that. And to get white, we just mix everything to the highest value, 255, 255, and 255. So those are the basic colors that we're gonna need. If you need any more colors, like maybe yellow something, you can just define it. Yellow equals to, and even I myself don't remember the colors, so I'll have to reference. You can go online and check some RGB values of some of the colors. You can get a long list and maybe save it somewhere so that you can be using it in your games or something like that. So those are the colors that I'm going to need, and we're done with the colors. So the next part, let me just create a white space. The next part is now the game loop. As we said last time, the game loop is divided again into two. So let me show you that. So there it is. The game loop has the event loop and the game logic. So this is where we're going to start the game loop. As we hear it, loop means just a loop. So it's something like a while loop, for loop, or something. In Python, you only have while and for, and we are going to use a while loop to always check these events and game logic. So this is where we're going to be updating our screen, doing all the crazy stuff we need to do for our game. The actual motion starts from this game loop, and everything cool and awesome is done in the game loop. So I really love making games because you define everything, you create, your imagination comes to life. But when you're a beginner, it's going to be a little bit tough, but don't worry, we're going to reach there. So for now, we'll start with while true to make sure that the loop is always running, but I do not love this. And that's where our game loop is going to start. So we're going to start with the event loop, as I said. Then later we are going to do what is the game logic. So stay tuned for the next videos in order to see how we are going to tackle all this and start building on our game. Remember, we're making Pong, which is a simple classical game. It's a very simple game for you to start with so that you can understand the basics of Pygame, and in the future when you're very good in Pygame, maybe you can start making your own games from your imagination. Maybe you can have a dream and make a game about it, or you can watch a movie and get a storyline about a game and make it. So game making is very fun, and in Python especially, it's going to be very easy and very easy as well to understand. There's not going to be anything that's not Python. Everything is Python, just a few things that I'm going to add and show you how to use that is in Pygame. You can always check the docs, that's the documentation from pygame.org, or you can download maybe a Pygame PDF online. PDFs are usually very extensive and comprehensive. Watch a video to understand, maybe get a PDF to get deeper knowledge in Pygame or something. But stay tuned for the next videos, and as always, thanks for watching.